Hey everybody, you can see we got a little snow on the hoop house and a little snow on the cold frame. 25 degrees today. Had to scrape off the snow off the cold frame. We're gonna have to see how things are doing in here, but just want to give you an update as things are in the frozen tundra of Illinois right now. All right, everybody, what a difference a day makes. Let's look into there. It looks like we still have plants alive after our little bit of cold temperatures we had down there. The snow is all gone. Got a little bit of dust on there, but that's okay. That'll wash off. So cold frame's looking good. Now, this guy hit really hard. We got potatoes in here. Let's see how they did. All right, guys. If you're looking in here, the potatoes took a beating. That right there is a potato. However, all the turnips are coming up nicely. I believe there's still some spinach in here, but yeah, just kind of give you a peek. So those subpar temperatures down to 17 degrees, the potatoes weren't going to survive. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll have volunteer potatoes in here in the spring. And if I believe correctly, that little guy right there, looks like a carrot. So we got some carrots coming up. I got some cold hardy plants in here, and I think we're doing pretty good. Very sunny, windy day out today. So we'll check the temperatures and see what they look like today. Let's go through some of these numbers a little bit on these guys. First off, what I'm finding out is, let's look at the relative humidity graph. And I'm finding out that it does not matter in either humidity is. I am finding that the hoop house does keep a pretty straight line. It does dip down from time to time, but not very far. Cold house is a little bit more, but they are keeping a pretty steady relative humidity that is going to be viable for all these plants to either one, sprout, or to keep them moist. I do have to come in here from time to time to water them, but that's going to be expected. I mean, it's getting cold and it's dry out here, so that's just something that's going to be expected with that. Next, let's look at the sunny days on the graph. You can tell which days are sunny by just looking at the little pops in the graph. For example, today, I think whenever I went out, it was 33 degrees out here right now, and both of these were reading in the mid-50s. So yeah, you can tell whenever it's sunny out, it really heats up the hoop house, and it also heats up the cold frame very, very, very well. So yeah, you can just definitely tell that by the difference in the graphs. You can also note that sometimes if it's real sunny, you'll see like almost a 25 degree difference inside the temperature versus outside, which is a pretty big difference. Now, when it dips out and gets into the evenings on those sunny days, it's not near as cold. So it's the power of the sun, right? Hottest day of this period. I did this from like November 22nd to December 3rd, I believe. So the hottest day of that time frame was 66.5 degrees. That was on November 24th. The hoop house and the cold frame both got up to just below 80 degrees each. That's about a 17 Fahrenheit degree difference in that, which is, just something to note. Not too hot there. It's about right. I don't know how the fluctuations in temperature, if that's going to cause things to bolt or different things like that. So we might be paying attention to that as plants get a little bit more mature. The coldest day was December 2nd. It got down to a whopping 10 degrees. So that is going to be lethal to most plants. Even these frost hardy plants, that's going to be lethal. A lot of times you don't want to get these plants so they're under 20 degrees or so. So that's going to be something that we want to take a look at. What has happened when that thing got down to 10 degrees? So the hoop house, it stayed 7 degrees warmer. It was up to 17. Now, most of those plants did survive in there. As you can see, the potato plants definitely did not survive that night. They definitely are not frost hardy, they're frost tender. So the cold frame, it was a whopping 15 degrees warmer that night, so it stayed up above 20. It was at 25, which is huge. So all in all, I think that cold frame is going to be good for those longer periods of time when things get a little bit colder. I think we're going to be relying on that for some of our deep winter crops. So you might ask, what happens when this happens and I get 10 degrees, for a week, 2 weeks at a time, as we've been known to do here in Illinois? Well, I'll tell you what, I do have a couple bright ideas. It may put a little twinkle in your eye, but we're going to have more of that on a different video. Something to help keep these guys a little bit heated in the evenings. So we still got to work on that. Stay tuned. Now, let's take a look at what we got going inside the house, where things are all nice, warm, and toasty in that basement. Toasty compared to out here. I believe that basement's probably about 60, 65 degrees down there. So let's go take a look at that real quick. All right, everybody, we are down here in the basement. As you can see, all my brassicas are doing very well. I remind you, down here I got some sprouting broccoli, I got some regular head broccoli, I got 2 different types of Brussels sprouts, I got some cabbage, and I believe I got some pak choy. If you notice back there in the back, I got some yellowing of some leaves, so I'm gonna have to get some nutrients to these guys pretty quick. Also in here's my spinach bed. You can see that I don't have too much spinach coming up. I think I just need to replant that. Gotta kind of go from there. There's my wigs, my winter inside gardening project. Those things, I just watered them here, so that's why they got all that water. They're sitting in all that water. But those things should be sprouting here relatively quick. And here's my pepper plant, starting to do a little bit of regrowth of peppers here, or leaves here. The one I tried to propagate, they failed, which that happens. You gotta fail every once in a while. Know that you're not too good, right? Hey everybody, if you like what we're doing here and you want to keep up to date on all this, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down if you don't like what I'm doing. Let's start some communication in the comments section. Leave me a comment. What do you think is going to happen in January whenever I'm going to be icicles out here in the snow, and we're going to have a ton of vegetables in here? I hope, anyways. We'll see. If you guys got an idea what I'm hitting to with my little bright idea in the cold frame, leave that comment down below. Everybody, take care. God bless.